mixed emotions.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Sorry, we've been missing in action.
Man, we miss y'all. For real.
I've been doing, which y'all have probably seen on our page a lot, but I've been doing something called Quidditch, which is like running.
AKA trying to kill your husband.
Walking. He didn't do it. Don't let him even trick you like that.
You want to go walk for 5 miles? No.
Yeah. No. So that's what I've been doing. I've been running for a charity called All Star Code. It is a charity that gives young minority men a chance to learn coding and get jobs, and
which puts them in a really great industry.
Start their own business within computer programming. So if you would like to donate, I think that link is somewhere. I can put it on the description of this video too. We have one more day. So that's what I've been doing. That's why we have been missing in action. I've been sleeping when I'm not running.
And my job switched me to overnights to help out because of course, the COVID situation. You got some drivers getting sick or coming in contact. So when a driver gets sick or comes in contact, we got to take 2 weeks off for quarantine. So I've been trying to help out here and there. Of course, you know, when you're allowed to help out, then you're also blessed to still have a job, but it's also they run you to death. So
yeah, we're
gonna get to it though. We're gonna see how it goes.
Yes. So this episode, since it is election time, Tuesday is voting day, unless you've voted early.
Please already voted. Man, I already voted. We already voted.
We voted Friday. So we stood in line Friday for 2 hours in early voting, which is like crazy in Norman. But that's awesome also that many people are voting. So, yay.
Let's do it.
We had Thursday, Friday, and half of Saturday to early vote in Oklahoma. And then Tuesday is voting day. So, basically, we're making this to talk about, hey, go vote. It's important. People have fought for you to be able to vote.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're a minority or a woman.
Man.
So please exercise your right to vote. Express your voice. Don't wear political attire because you'll get kicked out.
They will kick you out. So Trump supporters, we love you, but leave your hats and stuff.
And Democrats, your vote blue, even your BLM stuff, they don't want you to wear it.
BLM is considered
political,
which is my skin is political. I didn't know that.
Your life is political. So it's weird.
So if you got BLM, shirts, hats, masks,
please wear your mask. If you're going to vote,
please.
Because we got put in this building. It was like the agricultural building, but we got put in this building and it was like
at least 500 people in there.
Yeah, I would say at least 1,000. And we were just all in there in line. It was like, okay. It's very uncomfortable.
Like everybody that coughed, everybody turned around and looked at them like they wanted to slap shit at them. It was funny. You're a mother. That's what you see. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the thing. I get a little animated, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's like people start like, what?
People start looking around and trying to like make their masks tighter and
They're like, oh.
But we also this weekend celebrated our daughter's
first birthday. Boy, she bad already.
She's
man.
So bad. But she's so cute.
That's why she get away with stuff.
So her birthday isn't until tomorrow, or the 2nd of November. So
which is be tomorrow. Today's the 1st, right?
Yeah. No, today. Yeah, today's the 1st. So yes.
That's how bad we don't know. Like we're so busy we don't know what day it is.
We don't. But I was like, oh, cool, we can have a Halloween party. And then I got scared of COVID. So I was like, let's just do a come and go masked up party.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, so let's not talk about that. So yeah, that's what we did. And then we had a little Halloween party at our my in-laws.
Yeah, my brother's
family, their house.
Shout out to Sheila and Carlos. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have them on an episode coming up. So
yeah.
We did pumpkin carving contest, which I don't know who won that. One of the kids did. And yeah,
actually, it was you.
Trick or treated. I used a stencil, which apparently was like against the rules. So mine looked good because I stenciled it.
You followed rules. White people do that. Let's just be for real. White people follow rules. Like when we first got together, she got mad because I didn't time the boiling of water of the pasta. Like what the?
Like how do you know it's done?
Because I used to be in the cooking world and I used to cook all the time. I know what pasta look like when it's done.
Like I bake a lot, or I used to in my single days. I baked a lot, so I actually would set the timer for less time because I was like, I don't want to burn anything and it be all dry and disgusting.
In that world, in the baking world, cakes, cookies, stuff like that, you do have to have a timer, of course.
Right. So that's where I basically learned to cook, was to bake. And so if you don't have a timer baking, you screw everything up. So when he and his younger brother cook and they don't set timers, I'm like, what are you doing? Which Zach ruined some cinnamon rolls the other day because he didn't set a timer. But again, that's baking. So anyway, what we're talking about today.
Something that's very irritating to my heart.
To him, yes. So, and it is to me too. I just it's a subject I didn't really think about, but we're talking about voting, but we're also talking about the popular vote versus the electoral college and what that means about your vote. What are you doing, sir?
No, I might have to pull up Google on this one.
Okay. So I did some research on it too, of course. But that's not a white people thing. That's
it's a blessing. I need to stop saying that too, because it's a blessing that you do pull out facts and you do that, because that's a great part of our show. I mean, let's just be honest.
I don't like to be unprepared, and I like to give people factual information, not just my opinion. So there's that. But
that's why I lose arguments all the time with her. That's why I stop arguing.
But for those that don't know, we live in a democratic republic.
What is that I say?
In the United States. So a lot of people talk about democracy, but America, the United States of America, is not a true democracy because we have representatives, which would be the republic part.
So wait a minute. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go for it.
So when some people are very cynical and they say, well, my vote doesn't matter anyway. Well,
why should I vote? Because my vote doesn't matter. A lot of people say that.
Well, they're kind of right and they're kind of wrong.
Okay. You are kind of right, because if you live in a state like ours, which is Oklahoma, and you vote Democrat, your vote most of the time does not matter. You should always vote, right? Because maybe someday Oklahoma will vote blue, at least some of our counties, which doesn't even happen most of the time. But in Cleveland County, which is the county we're in, I'm very surprised it doesn't go blue. I'm surprised Oklahoma County doesn't go blue. Tulsa County, I'm surprised they don't go blue. But here's the thing, voting is very important because that's the only way you can change laws. It's the only way you can change what's happening to you.
True.
And on the local level, I would say it's almost more important than the federal level.
Absolutely. F the president. We need to vote on people that's directly in our state.
Yes, because that's how you change what happens to you.
Now, personally. I'm on the more verge of hey, put Trump back in there. I don't care.
As long as we get the House and the Senate.
Yes, we get the House and the Senate. I don't really care who's sitting in. I don't care, because if Trump wins,
But he could send everything to the Supreme Court.
Yes, that's where the problem that we have. If the Supreme Court wasn't stacked, I wouldn't care who was in there. But now we got to get
But
now
it
we.
is.
But it is. But now we got to get Biden in there to stack the courts, and that way smooth it back out like it's supposed to be.
If he does, we'll see.
That's my dog. Okay. He's winning.
He's way more optimistic than me that Biden will win, and not only Biden will win, that he'll do the court thing.
I just don't like your bad vibes. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think Biden, which is
honey.
Listen, this is why I voted for Biden.
You said the same shit about Hillary Clinton. You just too optimistic. Don't say those words to me no more, baby.
I wasn't wrong.
You wasn't wrong, but you gotta have a good attitude, baby. Don't do that.
I vote my voice. I say who I voted for. Quit cussing, and let the cookie crumble the way it's gonna crumble.
We need Biden, and
we do need Biden
to get in there and do his thing for 4 or 5 years while he's gonna be there. Whatever, 4 years while he's gonna be there, and then move on. And let us take over.
Here's the thing about Biden. I love Biden. I voted for Biden. But I think Biden is also very people pleaser-y.
Yeah.
And I think he's very bipartisan, which Republicans love. Establishment Democrats love.
Try not to go off today.
Don't go off. I'm just saying this is what. So I don't know if he will stack the courts because he's a people pleaser, and if he knows it's gonna make the Republicans mad, he might not do it. I don't know. We'll see.
All he's got to do is call me and ask, Mr. Nick, how you doing?
Like, call what's AOC up? In the squad
and be like, should I stack the courts? I'll be like,
Bernie or Elizabeth Warren. Just call them. They'll tell you about yourself.
He'll say, if I stack the courts, the Republicans will be mad at me. I'll say, this will be the thing I'll say.
And
bruh. Was they mad about the Democrats slapping the hell out of the Democrats for 4 years?
Were they mad about their Supreme Court nomination getting pushed through 3 days before the election?
They wasn't mad about none of that.
No.
Man, turn them Republicans off. Act like they're not there. Do what you got to do to fix the problem.
But I don't know if he'll do that.
He's got to.
We'll see.
We elected him to do so.
We'll see.
All right.
Anyways, we got off subject. But
no, we didn't. He gotta fix the courts.
We're about to do an episode about like why people vote for Trump and why people vote for Biden too. So
that's our next episode. We're gonna do 2 different episodes today because we've been so behind.
They'll be recorded today. I don't know if they'll drop today, but we'll see.
All right, cool.
Okay. So as I was saying, the United States is a democratic republic, meaning that instead of our vote, like counting, like my vote's 1 vote, his vote is 1 vote, that equals 2 votes for Oklahoma, 2 votes for Biden, whatever. That's the popular vote, right? But the Electoral College, what it does is say, oh, well, you have so many representatives, which are equal to the amount of your senators and House representatives, correct?
I believe.
So your state has that many blah, blah, blah electoral votes. And that's who actually votes for you. So that is.
I need to find them and whoop that ass because they are not representing Oklahoma's electorate, like the people that live here.
No, okay. The other problem is gerrymandering. That's a whole nother subject.
That's another reason why you should vote, because you can vote those people out too.
Right. So different districts are gerrymandered. Like Norman, which is part of Cleveland County, also votes with Moore and with Noble, Chickasha. I don't like others.
We're spread out.
It's a very weird line. Okay. So the other towns that Norman is gerrymandered with are way more conservative than Norman. And I'm not saying Norman is like a liberal oasis, because it's not. But there are
No.
but there are liberals here.
There's a lot of people that are of the ilk that we don't like anyone else.
Yes.
They live just far enough away from the city and just far enough away from more to be comfortable. There's still a lot of white flight here. There's a lot of open territory, country towns here, and that's why they still live here in Norman.
It happened. Yeah. So that's gerrymandering. So for a county to turn blue in Oklahoma, it may never happen, but we're trying.
But with all this stuff, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting, but with all this stuff that's stacked up for the Republicans to win, they set this gerrymandering up.
Redlining.
They set up redlining,
which means like it's harder to get a house in a certain neighborhood for certain.
Right.
People.
They set up all these extra rules for them to win, and then you got regular people that just go vote, just regular citizens going, "See, we won." You cheated, bro.
But they don't even realize they're cheating.
They know. They have to know. If I know, they know.
No, it's not how that works either. We make it a point to educate ourselves.
If I go into a ring,
people don't do that.
If I go into a ring and the other guy has his hand tied behind his back and I throw punches and to knock him out and I win, I don't really think I won because he couldn't fight me back all the way.
But they don't care as long as they win.
There's no shame, is there?
There's no shame. Anyway, so the Republic part of our voting system is the Electoral College. The Electoral College has been around since basically the inception of our country and the two-party system, which was like 1796 or 7. So the primary function of the Electoral College back in the day was to disproportion power between the states, because obviously some states are bigger than others. And so they would have more people and therefore get more votes. What the Electoral College did was for the slave states is make their slaves worth 3/5 of a person. And the slave owner would say, you're voting for this person. So however many slaves this person had, that person got 3/5 of a vote for their candidate for every slave they had.
Mm-hmm.
So it proportioned it better. I don't know.
It gave the advantage to the southern states. They gave it a little bit more of a fair at the time.
This was before the Civil War.
Balance. I hear old people say this. Old white guys say this all the time. Like I told y'all, I do play cards. I play poker, and I play poker with a bunch of old white dudes, and they bring up politics around me mistakenly, thinking I don't know what's going on, and then I let them know about themselves. Well, then they say, "Well, we don't want California and all these big states to tell us down here in Oklahoma what to do."
But that's how I honestly think that's how it should work. It shouldn't be California, but it should be, okay, well, there's people in California and those people's votes should matter, just like my vote should matter for me. I don't think my vote should be controlled. Like I voted blue, but my county is going to vote red. You know, my state is going to vote red. So did my vote matter?
Right.
You know? So is Oklahoma even speaking for me?
No.
Right. So that's what the Electoral College does. Your vote doesn't count the way it should. If we were in a democracy, it would. It'd be one vote for a person and your vote would matter. And whoever wins the popular vote is the president.
Yep. That's how it should be.
Right.
If the moment
that would be the people picking the president, not some representative who I don't even know picking the president for me.
Okay, Google.
You know?
When was slavery ended?
That's debatable. It's the Emancipation Proclamation.
Passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, and ratified on December 6, 1865. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States and provides that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or.
Okay. So what that said was slavery was abolished in 1865 by the 13th Amendment and the Emancipation Proclamation. Some slaves didn't know that until Juneteenth, which was 2 years later, I believe.
I don't know exactly when Juneteenth was. We'd have to look that up. My point of doing that was, tell me why we released ended slavery, but we're still voting like slavery exists. Today in 2020, we are still voting like slavery exists.
Right. So the southern states are getting
What is Slaves Act?
The southern states are getting more of a pull. Like right now, is it Pennsylvania? That's not a
That's not a southern state.
But Pennsylvania is controlling the Electoral College right now. Like they're saying, oh, well, that's the state we have to watch to see who the next president is. And it's like, why does one state get to decide who the next president is? Shouldn't all the states be equal? All the people in all the states be equal?
All the people that stood in line for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to vote for one state to matter more than the rest of them? No.
Okay. So I looked up some stuff on the Electoral College. Try to simmer my husband down for a second.
I don't know.
Okay, so this is information about the Electoral College. A state is entitled to a number of electors equal to its number of senators and representatives. So that's what we were talking about earlier. Before the Civil War, the combination of Electoral College and the 3/5 clause, counting a slave as 3/5 of a person, gave the slave power outsized control in electing the president, with the consequence that antebellum presidents were almost always either slaveholders or at least friendly to their interest. The major exceptions were both named Adams. So John Adams and the other
some Adams.
After the Civil War, every person counted as a full person for apportionment purposes. But with the collapse of Reconstruction and the violent disenfranchisement of African Americans through the South, that increase in representation once again redounded only to benefit the white male power holders, a situation that was largely rectified until the Voting Rights Acts of 1965. Because a state's number of electors is based on total population, not actual registered voters, it gives the states no incentive to enfranchise new groups of people or to make voting easier for those eligible. And because states want to maximize their influence in selecting the president, they also have strong incentive to use a winner-take-all approach to awarding electors, which all but 2 states currently do. The result, as we've now seen twice in the last 2 decades, is that the popular vote loser can be an Electoral College winner and become the president. I don't know how many of y'all know this. Trump didn't win the popular vote.
No, by 3 million votes.
So
that's 3 million people. They told that's 3 million people that stood in line and voted, and they said, screw, we'll just take yours and votes and throw yours away. It don't matter.
Right. Which is why I personally think we should get rid of it and everybody's vote should count.
Listen,
we should be a true democracy because the people's votes should matter.
Check this out.
Check it.
The evangelical Christian and the Republican Party is not popular in this country. I don't care what anybody tells you. That's only about 29 to 30% of this country agree with what they talk about.
You're talking about ultra conservative, like Okay, so I'm a Christian.
Me too.
Okay, so
I cuss a lot, but I'm still a Christian.
So, like, I think Christians or followers of Christ make up about 80% of the population, but not all followers of Christ believe that other people don't matter and only our belief system matters.
Right. Okay. So that's where I got that
I'm
from.
just correcting him.
Okay, cool.
Ultra conservatives maybe would be a third of the
But
population.
I'm trying to figure out how those people have so much power in politics.
Have you seen the Congress? Have you seen the Republican senators?
Oh, rich white men.
Oh,
look at that.
Like, that's why it makes...
Thank you, honey.
It's hard for me. I'm about to go on a soapbox. It's hard for me
Get on it
to be okay with a bunch of old men telling me what my reproductive rights should be. I know we've talked about this before, but it is very hard for me to have children. It's very hard for a lot of my friends to have children. We did not have to go the IVF route, but a lot of my friends have. And there's something called embryo banks, which, okay, in IVF, that's where if your egg is fertilized and it's healthy and you don't want to have 5 babies right now, you put those extra fertilized embryos in a bank to be used later, either by you or someone that adopts that egg or baby, right? So that could possibly be taken away. Like those eggs
could be just
illegal. They could be illegal.
Right.
You know?
Right. My deal also with the fact that he's telling women what to do. They know if the Electoral College is gone. They know this. Trump said it out loud. There will be never another Republican elected in this country again, because that's what the popular vote is. That's how the people of the country feel. So you're letting the lower third of the country control the mass.
You're letting the top 1%, the rich people, control what happens to everybody in this country, because money runs this world. So the lobbyists, the campaign financiers,
that's another show.
They run this world.
Money and politics. We got to talk about that too.
Here's the thing though. We, the people, should be running this world.
Yep.
Not money. This was on the debate the other day. Every time Trump was asked about the coronavirus and what he thinks about it, what he should do, he never equated it to people and caring about people and people's safety and their health. It was all about money.
The stock market.
It was all about the economy.
401ks.
That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about your life. He doesn't care about you.
No.
He cares about your bank account, where you spend money, what you invest in, the economy.
Yeah.
Biden, every time he was asked, gave real solutions to help save people's lives. Wear a mask, social distance. We might have to shut down bars and churches and let everything go on Zoom or whatever.
Don't get me on that.
Okay. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was real solutions to keep people safe. If Biden shuts down your job, guess what? You're going to get a stimulus check. It's not going to be like Trump did when he shut down your job and didn't give you any money. You know, like, I don't. Oh, I'm sorry.
The stimulus checks that's our money too. Yeah. That's too.
Like, it is our money.
It's our money.
Yes, like it came out of our taxes.
And don't ever forget. Don't ever forget. Anybody who's watching this show, go tell your friends that they don't know. We elect these people to screw us over.
We were talking about this earlier too. I'm not trying to draw this episode out or like not talk about the
I
subject.
am because I'm pissed.
Not talk about the subject. But I forgot. Oh, it went away.
What?
What I was about to say.
Oh, but what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah. I have no idea.
I don't know. Move on.
I can't. It's gone and I can't think of it.
That was Jesus.
Anyway.
Jesus, like, don't say that right now.
That's what happens when your caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. It just, mom brain.
Man.
So, sorry, guys. Anyway, so that's what I had on it. I personally think the Electoral College should be abolished. I think Biden should do that if he gets in there and we win the House and the Senate. We'll see.
Hey.
We'll see. There's a lot of things I think Biden should do.
And if you think otherwise,
let us know.
I won't yell at you.
I
will, but I won't yell at you through.
He won't
faces.
Actually yell at
It'd be like, God.
He'll type in all caps.
Sin.
Right.
And be looking at
he won't cuss at you because I won't let him.
Sin.
I can't control his capitalizations, but I can control his cussing.
Man, look. If y'all don't hear anything I say, for one thing I want you to hear is we still vote today in a slave system, and we don't have slaves. That says the country. But
we
do we or
do
do we
because
not?
that last part you read was like, unless you are a criminal.
Incarcerated, yeah.
So mass incarceration is slavery.
That's another episode. We're gonna
Think
talk about that's
it.
a whole nother
Who
episode.
gets
We'll
mass
talk another hour about
incarcerated?
that.
Think about it.
Say that one more time,
I
please.
said,
I was talking.
Who gets mass incarcerated? Think about it. I'm just
people that look like me.
Okay. Think about it. Look it up.
There's a lot of people that look like you too, but most of them are just drug addicts.
Percentages. Look them up. Anyway,
don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
The subscribe doesn't cost you nothing. Please stop being cheap and don't be lazy. Just go over there. You're not paying us nothing. Just hit the like,
and it doesn't
share, and
keep
subscribe.
you from watching our videos on Facebook.
No.
It actually helps us more if you watch them on YouTube. Fun fact. But
we are basically just trying to spread the message. We want you to share it with somebody else that's in your group and your friend settings that might disagree or agree, just to come and watch and see what we talk and join the conversation.
Please join the conversation. This isn't just me and him talking. I mean, it is, but we would love for feedback.
And don't invite trolls, but we will dunk on your ass if you were troll.
We will block them
straight up,
and they will be blessed. Blocked and blessed.
Blocked and blessed. She says that. She says that shit. I say other things.
Right. He actually does all the blocking. I just talk about it. I just talk about the blocking.
She right. I'm the only one that's blocked
like,
anybody.
Don't do that because that's gonna offend people. And he's just like, block. I'm like, don't.
Nah, man. If you got something opposite of us to say, just be respectful when you say it. Then we can talk about it. It's all good.
That's all we ask. Is just be respectful. And it'll be cool. You won't be blocked.
Yeah. We don't, do physically harm nobody. We don't do that unless we're in a ring with someone. That'd be great.
I am the most basic white girl ever. So my fighting would be throwing my Starbucks coffee on you. That's and
then call your husband.
That's about
Can you come over and talk to this person?
Of me fighting.
Anyway, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And get a black friend.
Bye. Love y'all. Oh, go vote.
And get a black friend.
Vote.
Vote with the black friend.
Yeah.